on Ukraine, isn't it in fact the case that the president is right with the American people on being less interventionist?
Presidents are supposed to lead, man. Do you think the president was right in 1994 not to go into Rwanda? I'm sure the polls showed why we would get involved in some African countries. So what if 1 billion people are slaughtered? The intervention in the Balkans wasn't popular. Bill Clinton did it to his credit. We supported him at the Weekly Standard. Some Republicans opposed him. They were wrong in that case. Look, the announcement today on Afghanistan is unbelievably irresponsible. It's one thing to draw down to 9,800 troops. That's on the low side. Maybe that's enough to sustain the training and counterterrorism mission there. To announce ahead of time you're going to 0 troops, except for the troops guarding the embassy at the end of 2016, is beyond irresponsible. It's totally crazy. You're telling them we're getting out. What are they going to... Wait a second. What is wrong with saying... leaving it to the saying, I'm going to make a judgment based on conditions on the ground.
What's wrong with open-ended commitment?
Yes,
blood and treasure for this country.
We have sacrificed blood and treasure in that country, and President Obama sent tens of thousands of troops there, and now he is making their sacrifice in vain. I find it sickening.
No, I actually think President Obama was wrong to send additional troops to Afghanistan.
But he sent them, didn't he?
And then he was wrong. I think it was the single biggest failure of his presidency in foreign policy, because the truth is we went to Afghanistan.
So how can you support a man who sends tens of thousands of troops to fight in what you regard as a
how did you manage to support a man so successfully who sent hundreds of thousands of troops
I supported that war, Peter.
Disastrous wars? Yes, and both of those wars have turned out to be
Afghanistan was a disaster. We were against the war in Afghanistan. Was the war in Afghanistan wrong?
The war in Afghanistan against the Taliban, yes. Against the Taliban, yes. Against Al Qaeda, no. That was a very important distinction. The United States, we don't have enough money in this country to pay people who are unemployed unemployment benefits, according to the Republican Party, and yet we can continue to send for tens of thousands more troops in Afghanistan when we see what's happening to those troops when they come back. The incredible spike in brain.
That's pathetic.
How is it pathetic?
You're treating the veterans as victims.
No, I'm not talking to veterans. I'm saying that
that's what you just said. What we see, these troops when they come back. Oh my God! Most of those troops are proud of having served there. The President of the United States sent them. Let me finish my sentence. The President of the United States sent them there, and now he is running a huge risk of undercutting all